Hi, my friends. Tara Boston Kimber here with the Counseling Hub, and I just want to drop this quick video about anxiety. So, if you don't know what it is, I mean, just imagine racing thoughts, like a feeling of dread in your stomach, not being able to relax, not being able to calm down. Sometimes it can shift into things like panic attacks. Sometimes it can be specific, like related to phobia or being in social situations, or, I mean, this list is endless, so we could just keep going on. Right now I'm talking about a general sort of anxiety, so racing thoughts, a sense of like doom or dread, constantly kind of thinking about the future and planning and trying to prepare, and it can be exhausting. So usually whenever counselors talk about anxiety, they talk about cognitions and how our thoughts create anxiety for us. I'm going to take a little different spin. So that is just a part of anxiety. And I think as people who are interested in anxiety, as you are since you're watching this video, we need to see it for what it is and like from a bigger sort of perspective. So we've got this evolutionary perspective, and these are all kind of related. So it's not like any one of these is the right answer. My view is that they all influence anxiety. So if you have anxiety and you're watching this, be thinking about how each of these relates to you. If you're a clinician and you're watching this, be thinking about how this relates to your clients. So, first, of course, we do have cognitions. The things that we think about can sometimes cause anxiety. That's one aspect of it. Two, we have this kind of innate drive towards anxiety. I mean, from an evolutionary perspective, anxiety has kept us alive for what, hundreds of thousands, millions of years. The people, the humanoids who were anxious stayed alive, who heard a rustling in the grass and thought, oh shit, tiger, and ran, are still here, versus the ones who thought, meh, rabbit, and it was a tiger, they're probably dead. So that's one thing. From an evolutionary perspective, it's beneficial, it has kept us alive. Present day, we have way more stressors than we did 100,000 years ago, so it kind of gets in the way, which is why there's a lot of anxiety in the world. Physiological. So we have this gut-brain connection that is being really widely researched, and the more we learn about it, the more we realize that food, alcohol, drugs, the things we put in our body significantly impact our mental health. So, for example, somebody who does drink, they might say, well, it helps relax me whenever I drink alcohol. Like I drink a nightcap, or I drink some wine at night, and then I just feel relaxed. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Because it affects your chemicals in your brain. The issue is that the next day maybe you wake up and you feel more anxious, or, I mean, so I'm giving like a really, really splotchy version of this, but there's way more that goes into it that I don't have time really to get into this video, and that realistically I'm probably not that well versed on, so I should be mindful of what I say. But know that the things that you do put in your body impact your mental health. Another piece, if we're talking about physical stuff, is exercise. We don't exercise as a society. If you think about 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week, that is like taking a natural antidepressant. If you want drugs but you don't want to take drugs, get outside and run for a half hour, or jog, or do an elliptical, or bike ride, or do something that gets your heart pumping and your blood flowing. That's a natural antidepressant, which is crazy. Super helpful in alleviating anxiety, also super helpful in alleviating depressive symptoms. Pretty awesome. Additionally, we have things like social support. So when we feel isolated, for example, our anxiety and depression can increase. So we want to make sure that we feel accepted and valued and heard as part of a larger group. This can be with family, this can be with friends, this can be with your therapist. I don't know, it can be with anybody that you want. The important thing is that you feel like you have some level of social support, and you feel like you can talk with people and engage with them in a meaningful way. The last piece, so let's go back to cognitions real quick. So when I talk about cognitions, I'm talking about like the rumination, so getting an idea and then getting like stuck on it, like thinking about it over and over and over, and it gets kind of stuck in your head and you feel like you can't get rid of it. We have found, and by we I mean researchers and clinicians and sciencey type folks who I love, we have found that a simple meditation practice is very, very effective in alleviating anxiety. So, meditation can be something as simple as mindfulness. Google Andy Pudukombe, TED, TED, all in caps, or Google Headspace, all one word. And he's a guy that talks about mindfulness, and he does a fantastic freaking job of like explaining what it is and walking you through. He's an app and everything. It's really wonderful, but he'll walk you through how to be present moment, how to be mindful, knowing that that's something that can significantly alleviate feeling anxious. So, I think I've covered most things. I'm sure there's more that I am forgetting. I'm trying to wrap this video up because it's gotten much longer than what I actually wanted it to be. But when you do think of anxiety for yourself, or if you're a clinician for your clients, be mindful that it's not just about thoughts. Those are one part of it. It can also be about physical stuff, so what you put in your body, how you treat your body in terms of exercise. It can be about the, I got sidetracked, I'm so sorry. It can be about physical stuff. It can be about social support. It can be about mindfulness. I mean, and then it's evolutionarily, excuse me, it has served a wonderful function for us. So, in short, appreciate it, even though it really sucks. Know that you can do things to manage it emotionally, and reach out if you need support. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.